Let me start with something simple. Today, for the first time in human history, living to 90 or even 100 doesn't sound unrealistic anymore. I think most of us actually believe it could happen. Medicine has changed dramatically, diagnostics are better, treatments are faster. Emergency care is far more reliable than it was even 20 years ago. So, yes, we may live longer. But there's another question we rarely pause to ask. If we do live that long, how will those years actually feel? Welcome back to another episode of What If You Live to Be 100. This series is not about chasing longevity, it's about making sure the extra years we're given are steady, calm, and meaningful, not just medically managed. And today I want to talk about something no doctor can prescribe, something no report can measure. I want to talk about inner fitness. Most conversations around health after 50 sound the same: sugar levels, cholesterol, blood pressure, vitamin deficiencies. I've had those conversations myself, and they are important, no doubt. But over the years, as I've met more people in this age group, I've noticed something interesting. Some people have excellent reports and still feel constantly tense, restless, or emotionally drained. And others have average reports but seem calm, grounded, and surprisingly at ease with life. That's when it becomes clear. There's another layer of health we're not talking about enough: inner fitness. Inner fitness is not visible on paper. You see it in small moments, in how someone reacts when plans change, in how they handle uncertainty, in whether silence feels peaceful or uncomfortable. You notice it in how easily someone can be alone without feeling the need to fill every moment with noise. For most of our lives, fitness was about the body: strength, stamina, endurance. If you could push through the day, you were fine. But inner fitness asks different questions, quieter ones. Questions like: can I slow down without feeling useless? Can I say no without explaining myself? Can I sleep without replaying the day in my head? Can I sit quietly without reaching for my phone? And honestly, this is where many of us struggle. Because people in their 50s and 60s have spent decades being strong for others, at work, at home, in relationships. That builds resilience, yes, but it also builds a habit of pushing things down: unprocessed stress, unspoken emotions, fatigue that never got proper attention. And those things don't disappear, they wait. Eventually, life slows down a little, work reduces, responsibilities shift, the pace changes, and that's when the inner voice starts getting louder. Not always as illness, often as irritability, restlessness, emotional tiredness, a sense of disconnect you can't quite explain. Many people mistake this quiet phase for peace, but often it's just the absence of distraction. That's why a stress test alone isn't enough. We need to ask, what is the quality of our quiet? Can we genuinely rest? Or do we constantly need stimulation to feel okay? A fit inner life doesn't need constant noise to feel safe. I realized this through something very ordinary: walking. What started as physical exercise slowly became something else. Those early morning walks, before calls, messages, and demands became a space to reset, to notice my thoughts, to breathe, to simply be present. Nothing dramatic, nothing spiritual, just quiet. And that's when it struck me. Inner fitness doesn't require major change. It requires regular return. We don't need big overhauls. We need small, consistent practices. Simple things. 2 minutes of silence after waking up. One meal a day without screens. A short walk without podcasts. Writing one honest line in a journal. A weekly conversation with someone who really sees you. Ending the day by acknowledging one thing you're grateful for. These are not wellness trends. They're emotional hygiene. They help us process life instead of carrying it forward unresolved. If modern medicine helps us live longer, inner fitness decides how heavy or light those years feel. Whether they feel anxious or anchored, restless or restful, disconnected or deeply lived. Living to 100 is not about avoiding death. It's about learning how to live well when life becomes quieter. If something in this episode resonated with you, don't rush to fix it. Just notice it. Awareness is where inner fitness begins. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. I'll see you in the next episode of What If You Live to Be 100.